What's up, me Raandigars? We're back with another Persona 5 Phantom X video. Now, I believe it's 1 month until we get the Persona 5 Phantom X's 1-year anniversary. Now, here's my question. Where's the English release? Now, there's a mod out there which gives you like fan translations, but I'll be honest, don't download that mod because right now they're not doing anything about it. But when the Western release is released, the mod will it's likely that they might ban people who are using that mod. I don't know how the in and out of the mod works, but if I'm correct, usually these companies go, okay, we're not gonna do anything about it because it's bringing in players, but then they are gonna release the Western version and be like, okay, yeah, now it's time to put a hammer on it, stop this because we have released the Western version and stuff like that. Now, me personally, I'm not playing this game because this game's gacha story is very gacha game story in general are very wacky and weird. This game also has that, but I still want to enjoy the story when it comes out and stuff like that. I just don't want to go, oh, Chinese, and I don't even know if this is gonna have the same servers on the Western release. I could be wrong, maybe it is, possibly it is, so I don't know if I can transfer and stuff. Let's just get into it. Why Persona 5 The Phantom X biding its time with a Western release may be for the best. I disagree, actually. But, hey, maybe Game Rant has something to say. Out of all the games in the Persona franchise, Persona 5 The Phantom X is one of the series only installment that English speaking... what? Haven't had a chance to... no. Alright. So, there's that Persona 1 mobile game that's on Steam. That has fan translations, but technically does not have an official translation. Eternal Punishment does not have an, I think, official translation in the PSP version. That also has a fan translation. What's his name? The Aegis game, Aegis First Mission does not have a fan translation. Doesn't even have a fan translation rather than official one. It has nothing. And there's also old Persona mobile games that just don't exist, never got an English release. There was another Persona mobile game that I think was a gacha or something like that also got deleted, was discontinued. So that never got an English translation, I believe. Or did it? No, it didn't, right? So no. I know this is a big way to start, but this is straight up lying. There are a lot of Persona games that never saw the light of day. I think Shin Megami Tensei If never got an English translation, right? Okay, that one I gotta check. That one I gotta confirm. This Persona 5 spin-off, which is being developed by Perfect World Games, was released exclusively on PC and mobile phones in April 2034. That's one thing. I feel like it's gonna get a Switch 2 release, or a Switch release entirely. Maybe they're waiting for the Switch 2, because then they're just gonna announce it at the same time. But right now, okay, let's talk about Midori for a second. Midori, whatever he, you know why I'm saying that. But whatever he said, and most of it now, the latest stuff he said was proven wrong with Persona 6 and Persona 5. Here's the thing about Persona 5X. I feel like Midori was right. But then, after Midori was gone, disabled his account or whatever, deleted, whatever. After that, there have been some changes. Then Midori maybe found out about or didn't, but couldn't get the time to post. And there were some changes in the development team, and they were like, okay, we're going to wait for any Persona announcement for now. So, we were supposed to get Persona 6 announced in the Game Awards, but maybe we didn't because Atlus was like, now's not the time. And maybe Atlus was like, there's going to be big announcements. Because the Game Awards announcement is top tier. Borderlands 4, Witcher 4, new Naughty Dog game. I know people are going to say, oh, woke, but it's still Naughty Dog. Sure, there's gonna be, if it's anything like Last of Us 2, it's gonna have some narrative issues, but it's still gonna be fun, a fun game. So, we're gonna see a lot from that. So, just saying, I feel like Atlus pulled out the plug. They were like, okay, this is too much for us, though Persona 6 is hype, and is only available in select Asian territories like China, Korea, South Korea, and Macau. Oh, it is, I don't know about this one. Although Persona 5 The Phantom X is scheduled to launch in Japan in early 2025, it has neither been officially announced for Western region nor translated to English. I mean, yeah, there are sometimes games that get European releases and then they'd have English in it, but then they don't get the American release. Yeah, that is true. They get translations or something like that. Or maybe they're in Japanese, but you can English subtitles. I don't think gacha games do that, but maybe, yeah. It has neither been officially announced, yeah. Despite some rumors going around dating as far back as mid 2023, the Persona that probably released worldwide, nothing has happened so far aside from the game. Bro, just mention Midori. Like, I know he there was some harassment like thing on him, right? I genuinely don't know. Like, correct me. Nothing has happened so far aside from the game's publishers, Sega and Atlus, saying that they're considering it. They'll eventually do it. I think. Okay, I've seen a lot of people say, well, why don't like gacha games get like simul releases like normal games? Because it's not like, oh, old times where Japanese gets first and then like global release with communication, like because of communication time and a lot of things. Like, here's the thing about gacha games, they're like very risky to make. Like, you guys gotta understand that. Like, gacha games will either run for like, I mean, this game is getting his first anniversary, right? Or second anniversary, I don't know. But like, gacha games would get something like, whatchamacallit, like, they'll be either running for years and suddenly die, or run for years and never die, or just suddenly just don't catch on. Look at Naruto Blazing. People thought it will never die, and they made one mistake, and it just died. Like, boom. I think it was like adding online PvP or something like that, and then it died. I didn't play Blazing. Now, I think Dragon Ball is one IP that just doesn't die, even if gacha sucks. Like, I'll be honest, I'm a Dokkan player. I think I used to play Legends, not anymore Dragon Ball Legends, and play Dokkan Battle. The thing with Dokkan is, there are times when its whole year sucks. And 2023 sucked. 2020 sucked. Even 2020. Though 2020 wasn't that bad, 2023 was really bad. Because, how do I put it? 2023 had a boss, which I would say was unfair, but people are treating it like it was really bad. The problem with 2023 was, they made a boss, which was like, content, like you need to be instantly good in that event. But then they made units that needed build up. It was like, and those units were mid at the start, or outright sucked. There were a lot of units and major celebrations that were good, but like, other than that, they're like, oh yeah, this unit sucks, and usually they didn't even give them help if they were really good. So, for a whole year, seeing that, or like you can say half a year, maybe, because 6 months, 7 months, like until like, I think it was worldwide to next anniversary, 2023 sucked bad for Dokkan. So, it still lived. And I know Legends gets a lot of like meta big changes, so it sucks for a month or a year. But they're still alive and kicking. Even Breakers right now, though that's not a gacha, sucks. Like, people are gonna saying it's gonna die, but I think it's gonna take a long time. So the thing with gacha is they don't do worldwide release anymore, unless they know it's gonna like sell big. Because these things are very risky. Nothing else aside from the game's publisher. Yeah. As disappointing as it would be for many, this may be beneficial. I disagree in the long run, because the game will probably be feature rich. I mean, depends. Are they gonna make it synced, or it's gonna be like not synced? Hey, I don't know. Maybe beneficial. Have consistently. Let me look at these. Yeah, they don't look bad. I mean, on mobile they'll suck, but like on PC, yeah, it doesn't look bad. This Joker face looks a bit weird. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, these are all shots. Even though it is still in open beta, Persona 5 has received a bunch of major content updates in the last several months. The developers at Perfect Games have not only released several new playable characters for the game, but have also hosted some seasonal holidays. Just recently, in fact, the studio announced that it would be holding a Valentine's Day event. Yeah, I've heard of that, which will allow players to go. Oh yeah, this is on 13 February, so this has already happened. Which will allow players to go on Valentine's Days with many of the female... Yeah, sure. Alongside these events, Perfect World Games has also added several new features since its early access, which came out and made it possible players wear costumes in battles. Meanwhile, bought a badge identification system and even fleshed out some of the game's side content by adding new capsule machines, new mementos, and 4 new movies that players can watch. That okay, I personally have not played, so a lot of stuff I don't know. This capsule thing could be what was his name? Jose, the little kid in Royal, could be similar to that. And I don't know about this one, and this is just costumes. Who cares? I mean, they're cool, but yeah. It's constantly involved in live service gaming, such as narrative doesn't have a definite ending. Perfect Game regularly released. I mean, it's a gacha game. Story will never end. However, unlike the mainline series, the Persona franchise is starting out and divided into chapters that are released in parts. This means that players will have to wait for each part to come out in order to experience the respective chapter in full, having to wait for the conclusion for chapter Persona 5 to... They will never end it, dude. They will abruptly end it if the game is dying, but at the same time, like, they will not end it, especially for Persona fans that are used to playing through a game at their own pace. The Persona 5 Phantom X should be a chock full of content by the time it comes to the West. Since Persona 5 worldwide launch is still likely months away, English-speaking fans hopefully won't have to deal with these sort of issues. By the time Persona 5X to the West, probably no login and will feature complete as rules is filled with brilliant content. It may actually have a shot at competing heavyweights of the gacha game genre like... Maybe. That's a big maybe. Okay, so that's the article. By the way, where's Dokkan? Dokkan is really... And where's that Pokemon gacha? Are we gonna talk about that? Like, Genshin is still good, but like... What about the Wuthering Waves? I think I've heard that's also pretty good. But I only play... Like, these gachas are predatory, so I only play Dokkan. But, I disagree with this. A global release... Like, I don't think they're gonna be synced up. But if a global release happens and they're not synced up, I play Dokkan. They recently got synced. Dude, I'm sorry, but like, here's my question to you. If they're not synced, they're a year apart. Or maybe let's just say they like fast forwarded and it's like 6 months apart. Would you be mad if Persona 5X got Makoto Yuki with like Thanatos, Orpheus, or both, and then you get I don't know, I maybe Elizabeth, or I don't know, in like gacha pulls, and you have to wait 6 months for that character, and maybe that character's out of the meta because the meta is shifting this fast that year. Like, you love Makoto Yuki, but now he's released and you can't use him in the latest content because he's not worth it. Like, you know how stupid that is? Like, this is what Global Dokkan and JP Dokkan had. Because Dokkan usually has 2 power creeps in a year. Sometimes 3, but it's usually 2. One is after anniversary, the other is after worldwide. The anniversary one is usually that big, but sometimes the worldwide is really big. So, it's like, would you want that? The answer is, in my opinion, like, my answer is no. So, I'm just worried that if this game... First of all, I don't think it will be... I think it will be synced. Because, if I'm correct, they use the same server for all of these. So, they're, like, using a different server for global would be stupid. That said, developers can be stupid. So, when are you going to get the global release? It says... I've heard that it's late 2025 and early 2026. So, like, a 2-year, like, big plus gap or something. Like, that's a lot. 2-year, right? One. I don't know. But, like, tell me in the comments. Like, I think it's gonna... Like, it's gonna come soon. Maybe the Atlus is holding for Switch 2 announcements and be like, okay, now we can release Persona 6 trailer. This trailer, Persona 3 Reload. Maybe Persona 3 Reload Switch 2 gives us FemC, the collector's edition FemC with female Orpheus with Makoto and male Orpheus figure. Just saying, Atlus. FemC. Because this game will get FemC though, eventually. Well, my Raandigars, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, click on the bell. I'll see you guys next time with another Persona Shin Megami Dragon Ball Fairy Tail, whatever video. I forgot Fairy Tail. But tell me in the comments, are you excited for this game? I am, but I'm gonna play it when it gets an English release. I'm not gonna sit down and just play it like that. I'm waiting for the English release. I'm looking here to stop recording. Bye.